Simon Stevens. Wow, I'm in full Dreamcast mode. I had Snickle Fritz as honorable mention too today, so it's a Dreamcasty day. Simon says, in my opinion, there isn't much this guy could have done. Sometimes it's simply well, he's talking about the guy I talked about, Camelot 331, that got fired from GameStop. Sometimes it's simply on the cards and it's out of your hands. I was in a similar situation a few years back. Had a manager who was consistently breathing down my neck. You couldn't relax even for a second, even when there was nothing to do. You had to pretend you were doing something because that's just a kind of walking on eggshells situation I was in. Would you even be surprised if I told you the manager was a woman? I felt like that had a lot to do with it. She was hard on me simply because she was in a position of power, I felt. She didn't have a rational bone in her body. I was always going to be fired. It was only a matter of when. Store managers are just like that. It's good to be out of a job. It's good to be out of a job like that, but on the downside is being employed and having a stain on your work employment history. I feel for this guy because he's a victim of unfair dismissal and because of the allegations. He'll find it hard to find his next job. So yeah, I've been in situations like that where I don't know if I've ever had any body breathing down my neck at work, but I was in retail briefly, and I was like in a store where they sell games, movies, audio equipment, TVs. And on downtime, you always wondered what to do if there's no customers in the store. Me, I would just, pick up a feather duster and, go dust the TVs or something like that. Or, read a book, pretend like I was reading up on something, or maybe calibrating one of the TVs or whatnot. So I would try to find ways to make myself busy just so, management didn't come by and say, you're not doing nothing. I say, well, there's no customers. That reminds me of a comedy skit from Bill Hicks when somebody came up to him at work. He's like, Bill, what you doing? He's like, there's nothing to do. Well, pretend you're working. He's like, yeah, I'll pretend customers are here and buying stuff. We can close up and go home. You pretend you're working. So sometimes you do actually, and this a tip to a lot of you out there, sometimes you actually do have to, pretend you're working, pretend you're doing something. I know it's weird. I know it's silly, but and the managers probably think it's weird too. They're thinking like, oh, I got to go say something to this person and there's nothing to do. Sometimes they know there's really nothing to do. So they're just trying to get at you. And in this case, it sounded like this person had a target on your back. I don't know. Sometimes, I don't want to say anything that might, trigger a lot of, people of one gender. Sometimes, it's better to have a male boss and a female boss on certain days of the month. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm going to say on certain days of the month. Okay. So, guys usually pretty much the same every single day, but whoo my, that red tornado, when that red tornado comes in, whoo, be careful. The red tornado might take out your game shed.